How to use the Altus Human Systems channel. Altus Human Systems is not designed to tell you what to think. It is designed to help you see how you are already thinking, what you are already defining, and how those definitions are organizing your experience. That means there is no single correct doorway into this channel. You may arrive because you are examining a relationship pattern. You may be interested in beliefs, identity, boundaries, parallel realities, timelines, dimensions, reincarnation, rejection, self-sabotage, or the strange experience of knowing exactly what to do and still not doing it. Begin with the subject that is most alive for you. The classes are numbered because Altus is a mapped educational system. The numbers help identify each subject and show how the larger body of work fits together. They are not instructions requiring you to watch everything in a fixed order. The numbering provides a map. It is not a hallway with locked doors. Every class is designed to stand on its own. You can enter through the topic that interests you, follow the connected ideas as deeply as you choose, and return to the larger structure when it becomes useful. The purpose is not to complete content. The purpose is to understand something more clearly. Watching every available class while applying none of it would produce a very impressive viewing history, but not necessarily a different operating system. The most useful way to approach this material is to bring one real question with you, not your entire life, not every unresolved relationship, not the complete history of human civilization. One question, one repeating pattern, one recent experience. You might ask, why do I keep reacting this way? Why does this particular situation feel so threatening? Why do I keep choosing the same kind of relationship? Why do I understand the pattern but still repeat it? Why does a new choice feel wrong even when I know it is healthier? Why do I expect a certain outcome before anything has actually happened? A specific question gives the material somewhere to land. Without a real example, an idea can remain interesting but abstract. It may sound intelligent, feel important, and change absolutely nothing. Altus is designed for application. As you listen, begin by separating what happened from what you decided it meant. This is one of the most important distinctions in the entire system. An event occurs, then meaning is assigned to it. The event and the meaning are connected in your experience, but they are not the same thing. Someone does not return a message. That is the observable event. They are rejecting me is an interpretation. I must have done something wrong is another interpretation. People always leave is a broader conclusion. I am not important enough to remember, may be the belief beneath that conclusion. The external event may be simple. The internal organization built around it may be extensive. When using any Altus class, listen for the moment when observable fact becomes assigned meaning. That transition often reveals the beginning of the operating pattern. This does not mean the meaning is foolish, irrational, or deliberately invented. A meaning may have been learned through repeated experience. It may once have helped you recognize danger, predict another person's behavior, preserve belonging, or avoid a painful consequence. But a familiar meaning is still an assigned meaning. And anything assigned can be examined. You do not have to deny what happened in order to reconsider what it means. Altus does not ask you to replace unpleasant facts with pleasant fiction. It asks you to become precise about which part of the experience is observable and which part is interpretation. That precision creates room for conscious choice. As you move through the classes, notice which statements create a reaction. A reaction does not automatically mean the statement is true. It also does not automatically mean it is false. It means something has been activated. You may feel relief because a concept names something you have understood privately but could not explain. You may feel resistance because a concept challenges a familiar definition. You may feel irritation because the material appears to contradict your current identity. You may feel nothing at all because the subject is not relevant to you. All of these responses are information. The goal is not to force yourself to agree. Altus is not improved by obedience. Examine the idea. Ask whether it accurately describes your experience. Ask what definition it challenges. Ask what becomes possible if the idea is useful. And ask what would remain unchanged if you dismissed it immediately. Your response to a class may reveal as much as the class itself. At the same time, do not force every concept to fit every situation. A model is useful when it helps clarify experience. It becomes unhelpful when it is used to override observable reality. Not every delayed message is abandonment. Not every uncomfortable feeling is a sign of profound transformation. Not every coincidence requires an elaborate metaphysical investigation. Sometimes a delayed message is simply a delayed message. Sometimes discomfort means that a definition is being challenged. Sometimes discomfort means that something is not appropriate for you. The purpose of the model is not to remove discernment. It is to strengthen it. This is why the individual always retains authority. Altus provides definitions, distinctions, maps, and questions. You determine whether they accurately describe your internal organization. No teacher, analyst, class, system, or framework can know your private meanings better than you can when you are willing to examine them honestly. Someone else may help you recognize a pattern. They may notice an inconsistency. They may ask a question that reveals an operating belief, but they do not become the final authority over your experience. The purpose of a useful framework is to increase your ability to observe and choose. It should not make you more dependent on the framework. As you use the channel, resist the temptation to analyze everyone around you before examining your own definitions. Human beings are often extremely efficient at locating another person's operating system. Their own may remain mysteriously unavailable for comment. You can certainly use Altus to understand relationship dynamics, communication patterns, competing expectations, and incompatible definitions. But begin with the part of the system you can directly examine. What meaning are you assigning? What are you expecting? What state are you generating? What choices appear available from that state? What are you communicating? What boundary are you expressing or withholding? What action are you taking? And what feedback is that action creating? This keeps the work grounded in personal authority rather than speculation about someone else's interior world. It also prevents the framework from becoming a sophisticated way to blame people. Altus does not teach that every experience is your fault. Fault and participation are not the same thing. Another person remains responsible for their choices. You remain responsible for yours. External conditions are real. Harmful behavior is real. Consequences are real. The purpose of examining your operating system is not to excuse what another person did. It is to understand what is within your own range of observation and choice. That distinction protects both accountability and agency. When a class includes an exercise or mapping question, use one specific example. Avoid answering entirely in generalizations such as, "This always happens." "Everyone treats me this way." "I never have a choice." "Nothing ever changes." These statements may express the intensity of the experience, but they are difficult to examine because they contain no single event. Choose a recent example. What happened? What was said? What did you observe directly? What did you assume? What did you expect next? What did you feel compelled to do? What did you actually do? What happened after that? Specificity reveals structure. Generalization often conceals it. You may also discover that the first answer is not the deepest answer. For example, you may initially say, "I did not speak because I wanted to avoid conflict." That may be accurate, but why did conflict need to be avoided? Perhaps you expected the other person to become angry. Why would their anger be dangerous? Perhaps you believed anger meant the relationship would end. Why would the relationship ending be unacceptable? Perhaps you believed losing the relationship would prove that you were unworthy of love. The visible behavior was silence. The operating definition may have been that disagreement leads to abandonment, and abandonment proves unworthiness. The first answer described the action. The later answers revealed the organization. This is why honest inquiry matters more than a fast answer. Do not rush to produce the answer that sounds most evolved. An elegant answer that does not reflect the active belief is of very little use. The operating system is not reorganized by impressive vocabulary. It responds to what is actually accepted as true. Once you identify a belief or definition, the next step is not to attack it. Ask what purpose it appears to serve. What does the belief help you avoid? What does it help you predict? What does it help you preserve? What consequence does it claim to protect you from? A belief may appear restrictive while still presenting itself internally as protection. Until that protective logic is understood, simply replacing the belief with a more pleasant sentence may create an internal argument. One part of the system announces a new belief. Another part remains convinced that the old belief is keeping you alive, accepted, safe, or connected. The result is not transformation. It is a committee meeting. Altus looks for a replacement definition that makes sense to the complete system. A useful new definition should not merely sound positive. It should be clear, believable, and compatible with the direction you prefer. Then it must be expressed. A changed definition begins to affect identity. Identity affects state. State affects perception and expectation. Expectation affects choice. Choice becomes communication, boundaries, and action. This is how an internal change becomes experiential rather than merely conceptual. As you use the channel, allow yourself to work with one part of the system at a time. You do not need to rebuild your entire human operating system during a single video. One accurate observation can be enough. You may recognize that you have been confusing interpretation with fact. You may discover that your stated preference and actual expectation point in opposite directions. You may notice that a boundary has been communicated as a request for permission. You may identify a belief that has been disguising itself as common sense. You may realize that you are waiting to feel completely different before taking a different action. One clear recognition can change the next available choice. That choice can then create new feedback. The feedback provides information about whether the new organization is becoming more consistent. Do not measure change only by whether you immediately receive the external result you prefer. The first evidence of change may be internal. You notice a different interpretation. You recover more quickly. You see an option that was previously invisible. You communicate more directly. You stop explaining after the point has already been made. You maintain a boundary without turning it into a punishment. You recognize an old expectation without automatically obeying it. These changes matter because they indicate that the operating direction is changing. You may also return to the same class more than once. The class will not have changed. You may have. A concept that once seemed abstract may become useful after a new experience. A statement that once created resistance may later become obvious. A question that once produced no answer may reveal a complete pattern 6 months later. Repetition is not failure. The same information can be understood from a different state, identity, and level of readiness. Use the classes as working tools rather than completed assignments. Take what is relevant. Test it against your experience. Apply it to something specific. Observe the result. Return when another layer becomes visible. The parallel reality model and the human operating system are not presented here as reasons to withdraw from physical life. They are frameworks for participating more consciously in it. A model of multiple possible directions is useful only when it helps clarify the direction being expressed now. A discussion of compatibility matters only when it leads to a more accurate examination of meaning, belief, identity, expectation, choice, and action. The larger concepts and the practical work belong together. The metaphysical model provides context. The human operating system provides application. Altus connects the two. Use this channel in the way that best supports genuine understanding. Begin where your curiosity is active. Follow what is most alive. Move toward the subjects that reveal something useful. Use the numbering when you want the larger map. Use the connected classes when you want to follow an idea further. But do not confuse order with authority. The goal is not to watch correctly. The goal is to observe clearly. Bring one real pattern. Separate fact from meaning. Identify the active definition. Notice the identity and state it produces. Examine what you expect. Observe the choices and actions that follow. Then decide whether that organization is compatible with the direction you prefer. That is how to use Altus Human Systems. Not as a doctrine to accept, not as a collection of phrases to repeat, but as a structured way to examine how experience is being organized and where conscious choice becomes available. Stay stable. Pay attention. Reality is speaking.